one, I'll give you the fifth one. So the fifth one is mission, right? The reflection that I have in regards to this is the call that our ultimate mission, if we go back to that lowliness, the hole within ourselves that can only be infilled by God, our ultimate mission, and it's part of the mission that I imagine Joseph struggled with, is can we find ways to interlock with each other from within our own voids? It will make sense if those who are interested come closer. I'm going to show you my ring. I call this the St. Joseph ring. This is the mission of the church, and St. Joseph being the patron of and protector of our church. I don't know, let me point it out there. But I don't know if you... But pass it on, so you hold it and pass it on. And what you'll see is, you will see little figures, there's actually 12 of them, and they're holding hands. But they're not holding hands to the person next to each other. So it's not like, let me hold your hand, come over here, come around me. I'm holding your hand, come over here, and I'm holding, no. The image is, if all of us have this void within ourselves, in the manner in which I share my void, my loneliness, in humility, in vulnerability, in honesty, as I share it, what begins to happen is that person can identify with it. Because that person also has a hole. And that person can also identify with his hole. And what happens is they begin to hold hands in me. In my loneliness and in each other's loneliness, we could find a way of binding ourselves, of bonding ourselves, of forming a communion that goes beyond our strength and it's really discovering that what Paul refers to, that when I am weak, then I'm strong. When I allow myself to be seen from my loneliness and others identify with it, we're able to bond and create a holy communion. And in a manner in which we begin to experience that here on earth, that is heaven on earth. Because in heaven, no more masks, no more separation by, space and time. We will be able to join in the places where we could be most intimate, and what most intimate places and the holes that are within us that is now being infilled by mercy, the mercy of God that is experienced and shared as we hold each other's hand. There's a moment where I see this as a priest, and every time I see it, it's so beautiful. There is the 12-step groups. They have the most powerful way of living that truth. There are people who are broken. Some struggling with alcohol, some sexual addictions, gambling, food, emotion. The 12-step originally was for alcoholics, but the principle has now been applied to any struggle, to anybody who's truthful about the voids they have inside of them. And what do? They meet regularly, they sit on a table, and they take turns just to open up and share from their hole. And they open up and they say, well, I'm really struggling with alcohol, drugs, whatever struggle the person is having. Each group has its specific focus. And what do the rest of the group does? They're not judging. They're not trying to come up with solutions. They're not telling you right or wrong. They just listen. And that's the healing remedy. To know that I'm not alone, that we journey together, that we all have our struggles, and if we're vulnerable, honest, and open, we may be able to experience the joining of hands deep within our souls and begin to experience here on earth what fully will be for the ends of time and for all eternity. A holy communion, an intimate union beyond judgment, beyond criticizing, ridiculing, shame, and fear. We're one, but from where? From our loneliness. And there is to discover that the great mission of us journey together towards heaven, it's already happening as we journey together. The heaven is already on earth and fully to be expected in the next life to come, but we can experience it right now. That is the mission. Can we journey together, not with our strength, but joining together from where we are in need of each other's. And for that, the ring. It's almost like when I did my consecration to St. Joseph, and I saw that. This is what St. Joseph, as patron of the church, if we are to be a communion, if we are to be one community journeying together that prays from our loneliness, that we listen to each other, express our loneliness, and we discern how I can respond in love to each other, that is how we walk together and fulfill the mission. Regardless of race and color, I love it when I go to those 12 steps meeting and I see people of different religions, and even no religions, different colors and races, and joining together from the loneliness. That then, hopefully, we together, as extended family members of the Holy Family, with Mary, with Joseph, and the child, sing and dance the Magnificat, because the Lord has looked with favor on our loneliness, and holy is His name. Amen. And that was the last talk.